So should you coach structures in Gaelic football if you lose your own kick out? This was a question we put up on our social media platforms, and the majority of people felt that yes, you should coach structures for if you lose your own kick out. The question originates back in earlier 2023, whenever we had a conversation on Twitter with a coach facilitator who was posed this question at one of his workshops. Now, some of the structures you may think that you want to apply there could be that you drop your number 15 back in front of your number 3 permanently if you lose your own kick out. You may want to consider dropping your number 10 and number 12 back in as 2 sweepers permanently if you lose your own kickouts. You may also want to look at having number 10 and number 12 drop back into number 5 and number 7 position, and then for your 5 and 7 to drop back in, which will save more time. You also may want to look at dropping your midfield back into create banks of 3, 2 and 3 in the full back line, half back line, and in between that. Or you could look at maybe dropping your number 11 into your number 6 position, and for your number 6 to go and sit in front of your number 3. Whatever structure you think you need to coach whenever it comes to losing your own possession and whenever it comes to your own kick out, you're wrong. You shouldn't be coaching structures like that. Why? Because if I've just explained there now, they're far too complicated. They get overworked and over drilled. And if you make a substitute in during that, it then becomes even more complicated through that. If someone misses training in that day, they're lost for what that structure may be. What you want to get to is a place where your players are thinking systems, not structures. Systems thinking brings a huge amount of benefit to team. It's more efficient, it's more empowering, and it's also more engaging. It gives players real-time feedback in terms of what's happening on the pitch and allows them to make the best decision for that team. It's much cleaner to understand, and again, it's around about how that whole system works rather than having an individual aspect to it. If you want to find out more about systems thinking, check out our latest podcast on Patreon. It's all free to do. All you have to join as a member and you'll get 7 days free to have a listen.